We did it! Ta-da! We did it! And now, from the corner of Texas, Street and Main Street in Crowley, Texas, episode 027 with the Local Legend Show, coming at you like a poking at you, punk, in the MXPX days.
We ain't
the
got
Local
no
Legend
place to
Show.
go. That's
All
the
right.
one.
Steven, how you doing?
Man, I'm fantastic. I got my sunglasses on inside because they're prescription, and now I can see things.
The sun always shines on a VIP. James, how you doing this morning, brother?
Great.
Dude,
yeah,
it's going to be an
feeling
awesome...
rejuvenated, refreshed.
Here's something cool that happened over the weekend. Everybody messaged us. We got like 18 to 25 messages saying, I loved y'all's show last week, and I hope you open the phone lines again. I didn't get the phone number quick enough.
Yeah.
And,
Man, I got all kinds of calls over the weekend.
dude, that was cool. So people were able to call in last weekend. So we posted the number here in the show. It's 817-999-6777. So
Boom.
if you want, we can actually put that in the Chiron below, and you can call in, and
Let's
we'll have
do
the
it.
number down there. But it's 817-999-6777 if you want to call in this morning.
Call in.
And we've got a good friend who's going to talk all things fishing, and he said he'd be here at 10 o'clock, and so we wanted to get started and thank everybody for last week. We had a great show, and people really enjoyed that. So 999-6777
6777.
if you want to call in this morning, and we will we're going to take some callers before Corey gets here. And as we always start our show, we let you know what the weather's like and where we are. So it is Central Standard Time in the United States of America.
Yep.
And in Crowley, Texas, it's 9:53 on Tuesday morning, day after
82
Labor Day. And it's what's the weather like, James? Why don't you give us the weather report over the next 5 days?
Well,
It's raining men.
it's definitely just going to be raining men all week.
Raining.
For the rest of the week. It's 82 degrees, sunny skies. Going to continue throughout the week. I'm not going to get a break in that till next Thursday. Thunderstorms in the forecast.
Did you guys ever call that number? I forgot what it was, but it was
874 or
8. You know what I'm talking? Not 444 film. The team bake time 2:13.
Absolutely.
yeah,
Team
what was
bake
that?
temperature.
What was the number?
What was that number?
Brought to you by Kiss FM, and yeah, I remember
I
that.
thought it was a
Hello
bank,
and
like-
welcome to Movie Phone.
Well, as you know, moving right along to the comments, we like to give shout-outs to the first 10 people watching the show this morning. So if you're watching live and you're on Facebook Live, I know that some people do not like consuming it on Facebook Live, so they've been consuming it on Spotify and radio.com and the iTunes podcast. But we would love for you guys, if you've enjoyed any of the first 27 episodes of our show, go subscribe on our iTunes page and leave us a review there. We would love that. I saw last night, Stephen brought it to my attention, that James was telling him we have all 5-star ratings on iTunes podcast platform. So thank you, everybody
Yes.
who has left us a review on iTunes podcast. That means so much to have a 5-star rating. You can also consume us on Deezer,
D's. Oh.
Google Cast, radio.com app, iHeartRadio, anywhere where you consume your favorite podcast. Now let's go to the comments and leave the shout-outs for those who have given us comments.
Let's
You
bring
ready?
it. Let's do it. Ready?
Let's shout 'em
On
up.
your mark, James, go.
Tamara Latta Kilgore, thank you for tuning in this morning. Tamara, you're our first winner on the Local Legends podcast this morning.
All right.
And
Yay!
our second one is actually a tie between Mr. Turner Douglas Schwartz.
Hey,
is
Turner.
tuning in
All
this
right.
Congratulations, Turner, on your new home
That's,
and moving
yeah.
to our area. We're so excited about this.
It's a sweet place.
And
too.
our third place,
Wait, our third?
bronze medal winner is
third?
Mr. Justin Davis. Justin Davis.
Breaking
And-
news, Justin Davis.
And Lena Wood, thank you for the comment below. Lena says,
What does Lena
What'd
say?
she say?
good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Lena. Thank you so much for tuning in. And, you know, here's the interesting thing about this. We did our first show last week with no guest.
Right.
And I promise you that was probably an experiment based on not having a guest book. Am I right, James?
That's what we did.
Okay, that's what I figured.
It's a
Most
solid
definitely.
assumption.
Just to be transparent, it is tough to coordinate all of our guest schedules and get them in here. And then we have guests that cancel last minute because things arise.
Yeah.
And so we did a show, just us three last week, and we got so many messages of I loved your show.
Cody was there too.
Cody Brown. LeBron James
LeBron's
wasn't on
coming.
the show, but he might be coming soon.
Yes.
It's hard to get him on.
Cody Brown was on, and people, we got more messages in our Facebook last Tuesday than ever before saying we love the show, we love the value. The freedom of not having an agenda of something that we had to talk about with the guest allowed us to do some pretty cool things. And then we opened the phone lines, but between last week and this week, we got our own local legends phone number, 817-999-6777 if you want to call in this morning. Anybody can call in, and anybody can talk about anything G-rated, PG-rated.
Here we go.
And here is our
Look
guest,
who we have.
Mr. Corey Clayton.
What's up?
Got him. What up, buddy?
Look how these look.
Put those on.
Put your money bags on. We
Okay.
call headphones money bags on the local legend show.
Always have, always will.
Man, I feel
How you doing, Corey?
like Rogan or something in this
Yeah.
professional.
That's it.
I mean, you've seen mine thrown together like a.
Why don't you go ahead and tell us about yours? What's the name of your podcast, Corey? I hear it's coming back soon.
It is coming back. We had to stop it for a minute. It's called The Bait.
FCC shut y'all down.
It was kind of worse than that, actually.
The FCC won't let me be, or
You
let
wanna-
me be me. So let me see.
So yeah, the SEC didn't shut us down, but the mind that I have said this might not be
Yeah.
so good. It started out as a variety, just basically what you're doing with a little less interviewing.
There you go.
I feel like this sure just wants to turn on me. Anyways, we were doing some interviewing. It was a real good deal. I had a
It is about to turn on you.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
If you're not consuming this on Facebook Live right now, Steven live in studio is adjusting Corey's microphone.
All right, so you had the
think we're
bait.
good.
Your name of your podcast is, let's get the wheels back on here, because I know that there was
Bait.
something that happened, and you guys got the studio built. I love your podcast. Tell me about what went down.
about eight shows in. We had a guy sitting in with us a lot. He was a lot of fun. He was funny. Had taken it right up to the line a couple of times, but we had just told him after the show, hey, you got up to that line, back it down. I mean, there was a little bit of colorful language each week.
Yeah.
Nothing real bad, but I wasn't a guy that was going to say you can't come in here and drink 2 beers and not slip up and cuss. But,
Right.
but
I've
on the
definitely
final
done that.
night,
So you do a nighttime
We know what it
podcast.
is that the first time that drop's been played in here?
Oh,
Today.
no.
Today.
Oh, no.
Okay,
Today.
I'm just making
Time
sure.
today.
I would have thought that was pretty cool if that was the case, but
I'm just letting you know you're in. Yeah.
There it was. So you do a nighttime podcast, which gives a
Yeah,
little
well,
bit different level of energy, and I like that.
We were at 7 o'clock, and we had Shippy from the Fan on one day.
Dude, that was my
they
favorite
talked
one.
about us on the Fan. Everything was rolling real good, and then this one show came up, and it took a turn explicit. I'm talking triple X.
Yeah.
Off a story that you didn't think. So it was real blind. I asked the guy how he. We were trying to get the show back on track.
Sure.
It had gotten wheels
yeah,
off, and
yeah.
I was
Sure.
trying to get it back on track. And I asked the guy, I said, "Hey, you were engaged once. How'd you propose to her?"
Oh no, here we go.
And I'm thinking,
Paraphrase.
And I'm thinking we're gonna hear roses and champagne.
Sure,
and
sure.
No, we didn't.
We went.
Oh my.
We
goodness.
went. I told Cook
Yeah.
what was said, and
My
he
ears
was
hadn't heard
speechless
something
for-
like
he
that. My
was-
jaw hit the ground. But
so we just shut it down. And I stopped the podcast right then that night, deleted it, and told everybody the show's done
Wow.
that night. And we had some other problems too. We had some software issues. I didn't go all in like Cook did at first. I tried to do it on a budget
yeah,
and run some stupid stuff, and it was just freezing up. So we needed a break anyway, so we took 2 months off. Went professional, not quite like you guys, but we're getting closer.
well, here's the thing. We have a question from one of the listeners here. She says, "What's the biggest hurdle of starting a podcast?"
Money.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
it really is.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like
anybody can get in a room,
Yeah.
right, and tell their funniest 10 stories they've ever had in their life. And
Right.
and it's going to be some entertainment. And you can bring people in that, not everybody's cooked.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm just saying you got a good personality and you've been around this microphone, so you know what's going on. But money for me and time,
Well, here's the thing. You start a podcast, and this is one thing that we wanted to talk about last Tuesday that we didn't get into, and I'm glad you brought it up because we got some questions coming in now. Another person that says, well, two people have now asked, what's the hardest part about starting a podcast? I personally have decided with Stephen and James, we're going to host a How to Start a Podcast camp, and it's going to be a 3 30-minute sessions. We haven't decided exactly the compensation on it because it's really not for the money, but we want to teach people that want a platform in a podcast format how to do it. And I was talking with Corey last week, and we were like, dude, there's so much intricacies on starting a podcast from software to hardware. And those of you that may not know the difference, but hardware is the physical things that we're touching in here. Like Corey said, a Shure mic, a boom stand, an XLR cable,
A Yeti cup.
Lighting.
Writing, lighting,
Tables, chairs,
screens.
monitors.
Michael Irvin autograph posters.
Yeah, all that stuff that goes into
I'm
it.
not free either. I mean, I don't know if y'all know
Corey's
this,
appearance fee. I cut Corey a check for 650 pesos. But you know the cool
Turkish
thing is,
lira.
these people say, "How do I start a podcast?" I don't even know where to begin. James and Stephen and I have come up with a curriculum that we want to teach you guys. So if you're interested in starting a podcast, we're tentatively thinking $49 per episode. So like $150, we will come and we will teach you how to get your content. And the biggest thing is figuring out the money piece, but also who's going to be your audience. Like, who do you want to talk to? I realize right now, most likely I'm not talking to the 75 and older community with my podcast. With our podcast, we're talking to
A lot of people maybe smoking in the garage right now. Or
Yeah,
something.
absolutely.
On a
may have
Tuesday
changed-
morning, yeah.
It may have changed from the previous 20-something weeks you've had.
yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
about to share this out, so we're going to get some real interesting people watching now.
Well, here's what happens.
Share it.
You get started and you don't realize, okay, I've now spent $9,000, but I need another $4,000 and just maybe the computer I need. Oh crap, I forgot. I got all the software. I got 4 screens. I've got the lighting, which lighting doesn't translate on cameras unless you do a certain color or a certain hue.
Oh, yeah, you can't just go buy. I mean, I've got $1,000 in lights.
See, that's unbelievable. And people,
You have a lot better deal because, you know, I think you own the building, correct?
right,
So I lease.
right.
So I had to do more of a temporary deal on
Sure.
stands and stuff like that. But, yeah, lighting is crucial.
And here's the other thing: people think, well, aren't light bulbs like $1.50? Well, no, this
Not
is
anymore. When was the last time you bought an Edison bulb?
$12,
Dude,
$15
Dude,
a piece.
$15
They
for
last
an
for
Edison
3 weeks.
that's the other thing.
Filaments burn out.
And the LED version of Edison bulbs are now $22 per bulb. You know, get
Do
ready
they
for that.
look the same?
I mean,
They
No,
still got
they
that
don't.
orange.
they've got the general glow, but you
Now-
don't have that filament look.
Yeah, they don't. They still have the vintage look. And I was gonna say, you know, Corey, you had a budget, and you told me your budget, and my mind
Did
was
you
blown.
laugh when I told you that budget?
Well, a year ago I would have said. A year ago I said, "There's no way you can spend that on a podcast." Until we went and built one, and this studio, we realized we spent twice what your budget was. I'm
And
like,
now
dude,
and that's the thing that hurt me too is I spent that money
and you're not in
and
a
it didn't
stopping
work.
place.
And it didn't work.
That's right. You need more.
So I had to go out and it's like the house you're going to flip, right? Like you go look at it and you're thinking, yeah, carpet, paint.
Wow, that house is only $70,000.
Right, I'm going to put 10 in it and sell it for 180.
That's
And then you
easy.
get in there and you got a slab leak, you need a new
my
roof,
God.
your AC went out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how a podcast is. So so what I'm saying there is the value you're going to give the stuff that you and I pulled our hair out about and had headaches. And
Yeah.
I know my YouTube account for 3 months I outdid my kids with all the stuff they watch. Usually, like before I started this podcast, I'd open up YouTube, right? And it'd be
How to smoke
the
a brisket.
shares,
How to
smoke,
catch a
maybe
bass in foggy weather.
yeah, or no.
Okay.
It was the shares, all the stuff my kids watched. Kind of like, you know, it's stuff like we're doing right here, but less in studio. You know, it's all
Right.
following them around. So what happened was when I started my podcast, I would open my YouTube earlier and be like, God, my kids, I can't even find anything in here because it's all recommended stuff for my kids.
Yeah.
Within a month, I bet I'd watched 1,000 hours of video on how to set up a podcast, what software to use, you know, just
It's interesting to me that you had to shut down your podcast, but you're also saying that you're dusting your shoulders off and coming back. And
Absolutely.
It's
2 weeks.
It's not a failure if you come back.
No. Well, it was a failure.
But
you learned from it.
But and I would have been back sooner, Cook, right?
Yeah.
But I wanted to use the same name. I wanted to use the same platform that I had built because we had that fan, 105.3, the fan interaction and stuff. I didn't want to just scrap the whole
Start
thing.
over.
So my
Right.
thought process there was, I'll take 2 or
Jeff
3
Ward.
months off and, it'll get out of people's minds.
All right, if you're watching live
go.
right now and
That's
maybe you
it.
just tuned in, I want to tell you our guest this morning, Corey Clayton, is a good friend of all of ours, and he's come in just to talk about different things that he's got going on. The first thing that he shared was his podcast hit a roadblock, and so we quickly got, matter of fact, Jeff Ward is watching. He says Jugline Jenkins is listening. So look in this camera right here if you want to give a shout-out to Mr. Jugline
Jug,
Jenkins.
what's up, baby?
Yes, sir.
Jugline Jenkins.
And
that's an awesome name.
that is
So-
awesome, dude.
So,
And
Can
you want to give a shout out or a story about old Jugline?
well, I just, how people hear jugline. I bass fish. I don't catfish, crappie fish, none of that. He doesn't bass fish. He just likes
just
to go
catfish.
out, pop the top on cold ones, and throw jug lines out. So in a group one day, my buddy's like, "Man, we're gonna start calling you Jugline Jenkins." So that's how that came about. And Cook met him the other day, and
Oh, was that him?
Jugline.
Cook said that boy needs a manager.
That was him?
That was him.
Dude, that's probably the funniest guy I've met all year.
Jugline?
Yeah, if
Dude,
that's who I'm
let
thinking.
me tell you, if you bring Jugline on this show
Okay.
with me, and you have a dump button.
Oh, yeah. We don't have a dump.
Oh, yeah, we don't have a dump yet.
We're not on delay.
Oh, there's
We're
no
live.
delay here.
Yeah.
Jugline, I can keep it PG. Can
Yeah.
you, Jugline?
Well, I'll tell you what, here's an open invite, and I'm going to close it after today.
Nope.
Jugline, if you're within 30 minutes of the podcast studio, get up here, and we'll get you on the tail end if you can get here before 10:45.
He has a real job, Cook.
Oh.
I don't care.
That sucks for people like that. They can't
Here's
just
the-
they can't get a
Here's the
text
invite,
at
though.
9:20
Here's the
and
invite.
say,
Here's the
"Hey."
invite. Jeff Ward.
Dude, how
If you can
committed
find
are
a
you?
way, how committed are you to get here before
I
10:45?
think he's scared of the camera.
We'll throw him
honestly.
in that chair.
I think so.
But if not, it ends after today.
Womp, womp, womp.
How'd that golf tournament go, Cook?
All right, we're going to move right along to that because I want to tell you, Eric Popple, Eric Poppel, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
He gave you a little shout out. He said, "Yo, Corey."
Yo, what's up? E-pop.
Yo,
boy.
yo, yo.
E-pop damages them crappie on a daily basis.
I have a quote for you, Corey. I got a fishing quote. I want you to brew on this for just a second before you reply to this guy. Return the slab, or you will suffer the.
My curse.
Suffer my curse.
Yeah, here's the quote. You ready for this, Corey? Many men go fishing all their lives without knowing it's not the fish they are after.
Yeah.
What are you after as a professional fisherman out there? I
We
know
use
fish are
pro
bonus.
very loosely. Pro staff means promotional staff.
Okay, got it.
Right.
Oh, so
Okay.
you're
That's it.
not professional, promotional.
There you go.
Okay, so you're a
So now that
promotional
we've cleared
fisherman.
that air, Tommy likes to run around talking about pro this. I ain't got a check from fishing, and I don't.
You're not getting any
got a
Shimano
few,
money?
But I did get hooked up there a little bit, but that's on goods instead of money. But what I think that quote is referring to is peace of mind. For me, I like catching fish, obviously.
Oh yeah,
But for me, it's about getting out there. Everything I got on my mind that I'm trying to work out, owning a business or
Right.
the podcast, I have no interruptions out there.
why
you-
does somebody say fish are a bonus? I want to know what
They
that
are a
term means.
bonus
What does that
because
mean?
the mental aspect of it is the deal.
Really?
You know, you go play golf. I try golf. I don't play golf.
Okay.
You go play golf when you're out there on the fourth tee by yourself,
Man.
right? And you're on the tips and you're looking down at that dog leg right.
Yeah,
Mentally, you're in a place, you're probably one of your best places you could ever be.
for me it is.
Probably some of your best business decisions have popped up on that
Yeah.
golf course while you're playing solo. Well, for me, while I'm on that boat solo, every good idea I've ever had
Let's come on a
has
fishing.
come
boat.
on a boat.
Well, I want since you brought up Tommy
And
Brandon,
you should have had that drop.
I want to show
I'm on a
you.
boat.
I'm on a boat.
Look at
That's
it. Oh, whoops!
Whoops.
Whoops.
Is he on FaceTime or something?
Look at
I
that.
saw that dink he caught.
Look at that.
Why is this fish? Let
It's
me get
little.
this to focus.
So
Little.
close to the camera.
Why is this fish so white?
Muddy
That's not
water.
just the camera
His
doing
flash
it.
was
Muddy
on.
water.
Yeah.
Now his flash was on.
Was the water was muddy.
It was muddy water.
Muddy water.
It was muddy water.
Like
And
the
so-
blues singer?
Or they'll be deep. So yeah, but it's not deep there.
It
So,
was deep. It was
well,
2 tractor D9s deep, they said. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I'm talking 40, 50 foot.
Okay, this was like 20 foot deep,
25, yeah.
but it was muddy. And is that what causes the
mud,
fish?
yeah, the mud is going to affect the color because, just like we tan in the sun, it's going to bring their pigments out.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Dyke can too, so he's probably not eating real good, but the muddy water, he's sitting down there in that muddy water. If you could have looked at that fish's belly probably, and it would have had mud probably on
It was.
its belly.
It had mud streak, and we pulled that fish out. That was the first fish we pulled out yesterday, and I was like, dude, I think we caught something special, like an albino, or I thought we caught something special. And I was like, dude, I'm gonna call Corey and ask him what the heck. Why was that fish so white?
Yeah, we run into them in East Texas with black spots all over them.
And what's that
the
from?
floor? Nobody really knows.
Weird.
Genetics.
Well, here's what we're going to do this morning. I have a video playing up here, and this is a YouTube video where it was kind of an experimental thing, but these kids just called their mothers and told them they loved them. And you're watching this reaction where the kids were challenged, call your mom, tell her you love her. And we were talking this morning as we were getting ready for the show, and we wanted to do this. And so if you're listening this morning, which we do have a caller, you're live this morning.
Whoa.
So this caller is going to be live on air in just a second. And
Uh-oh. Sir, please turn your radio down.
sir,
Please
please turn your radio
radio
down. You're live on the air here. Who are we speaking with on the Local Legend Show this morning?
This is Jugline Jenkins.
Jugline.
Hey!
Uh-oh. Good morning, Jugline Jenkins. You're live on the Local Legend Show with Corey, Steven, James, and Jonathan. What do you want to say this morning?
Please don't be the F word.
Well, I want to dispel a little bit about what Corey said about me not being a bass fisherman. I am a bass fisherman.
Uh-oh.
I just choose to also run jugs. It's a little more relaxing. It's kind of a leisurely fishing experience.
Is the fish a bonus for you too,
I'd
Jugline?
also like to comment that, of course, every decision, good decision, bad decision that Corey makes is when he's out there on the lake. Because aside from this brief stint with you guys, he's always on the lake.
Hey now.
Oh, uh-oh. So
That's
the
a
shots have been
shot
fired,
across
Corey.
the bow.
Putting him on blast.
Shots fired from Mansfield. I would have been there live in person, boys, and if you'll talk to my people, I'll be happy to make an appearance.
Your people.
Otherwise, I would encourage you all to consider me for your commercial building needs.
All right.
Hey.
Construction.
Hey,
Okay.
love you, Jug.
Hey, Jugline, I appreciate you calling in this morning.
Listen, I'm available anytime. You can get a hold of my people and secure my.
We got you, bro.
All right, Jugline, we're actually
Running
getting
up
some
against a
static
hard
there.
break here. Up against a hard
I'm
stop.
glad Jugline called in this morning because
Did you like how I ended that?
yeah, that was
That
very
was abrupt. He's going to call back. You hung up on me.
No, he won't call back. His boss
Jugline,
is probably
thanks for
coming
shouting
in
out.
right now saying, "Hey, boy."
I'm watching a Local Legend show,
All right,
Jug.
so back to the wheels on. We want to do this. We're going to call it "Call Your Mom, Tell Her You Love Her," because the reason that we called it that is because that's exactly what you're going to do.
Who
Anybody
is?
listening this morning,
We are
We're going to call
on
moms.
air.
you're going to start.
Mine
Corey.
might cuss me out. She's not happy with me right
Really?
now. No, I'm just playing.
So we're going to start by calling Steven's mom.
Let's see. She might be teaching, but we're going to give her a shot.
We're going to give her a shout, and we're just going to tell our moms we love them this morning. And I'm going to get
Only
my
this
mom.
morning.
Only, I only love you this morning, Mother.
No, sorry, I didn't make that clear, did I? We're going to call our mothers and tell her we love her and see what happens.
All right, here goes. She's going to think something's wrong.
Mine will too.
Can y'all hear that all
Are
right?
you dying, Corey?
Yeah. Do I need to call the cops?
It's going to be funny. My mother's not picking up. She doesn't love me.
Corey, you got your mom ready for
Wow.
second
Oh,
opportunity?
yeah.
Gonna prank call your mom?
She's on the payroll, so she'll answer.
Here's the thing.
I can call the office at her school and then tell her to come to the office.
That's right.
Can you page?
Miss Brown.
Please leave your message.
Oh,
All right, Corey, your turn.
Weak.
Oh, I'm already ringing.
Oh, James's turn.
Yeah, he's all over it.
We have a 1 in 4 chance of getting a mother
Oh,
on
we're
the line
gonna
this
get
morning.
mine.
You gonna get one?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. James, is your mom a teacher too?
No. She's not.
Huh?
She's not a teacher.
Surgeon?
Not all moms are teachers.
She a surgeon?
All my moms are
Hello,
teachers.
this is Carla.
We're
Fail.
batting 0.
All right, you ringing?
I'm gonna come through.
She'll
for
probably
y'all.
call me back though.
Yeah. All right, here goes.
Oh, Corey's ringing. We're 0 for 2 batting right now, but
Hello.
Hey, Mom, I love you.
I love you.
How are you doing today?
I'm good.
You're not fired or anything. I didn't know if you sound worried or something. So I'm on a podcast.
you're live on the air, Miss Clayton. It's Jonathan Cook, and I want to tell you that Corey was not put up to this. I didn't force him to do this, but he's calling to tell you how much he loves you, and we appreciate you so much and all you do.
Well, thank you. I love him.
How's the
You're
office?
very welcome. Huh?
How's the office? Good?
It's good. Yeah.
Awesome. I figure it's a busy day, the first of the month.
How's that feel to hear your
first day
mom
of the
say, I
month.
love you too?
Payments already.
I figured you were. Well, we appreciate you, Mom.
Well, you're welcome.
Love
I
you.
appreciate y'all.
Thanks for taking our call this morning. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Okay, you too.
Bye-bye. Well, we were 0 for 2, but you hit a home run there.
I'm glad.
That's
How's
what
that
I
feel?
do.
I'm glad somebody's mom loves them.
I think what it is I don't call her enough. So, like, she saw my number pop up and just,
She's like, huh?
oh, I got to answer.
Hello.
Hey, Mom.
Hey.
You're live on the local legend show. I want to tell you I love you.
Well, I want to tell you I love you, and I'm proud of you.
Wow.
That's great.
Thank you so much, Mom.
That's all.
That's it. I just want to tell you I love you.
What a great day.
All right, go make it a great day, Mom. We'll see you soon.
I will.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. See,
So-
here's what happens. That totally changes the mindset. That totally changes the emotion. That totally changes the direction her day was going. And here's what we're going to do.
Right.
We're taking the lead on this because I don't
doing
want to encourage people on the podcast who are listening to do something that we haven't done.
Right.
So Steven dialed, Corey dialed, James dialed, I dialed. We got 2 on the line. Go tell your mom, and if you want to take it one step further, go tell your dad you love him this morning. And
I
see
can
what
do
happens.
that. I can do that.
All right, cool.
And your wife. Hey, Sam, I love you.
Oh man,
You got him?
Sierra
Shout out to the wife, too.
Sierra Cook, I love you so much, and I'm so thankful for you as my wife.
You'd be lost if you
That's
didn't
it.
have Sierra, boy.
Dude, I'm telling you,
Lordy.
man. And Sam is one of our
Lord.
awesome friends at church. So Sam, we love you too. Here we go. Steven's dialing his dad.
Call my dad.
Dialing his dad.
Yo,
Hey,
what up?
Uncle Steve, you're live on the
What?
local legend show.
we got you on the air. I just wanted to call and tell you I love you.
Me?
Yes, Dad, you. I wanted to call and tell you that I loved you.
Oh, I love you too, bud.
Thank you. I appreciate everything you do for us, and we were just. I tried calling Mom to tell her, but she didn't pick up. So I'm glad one of my parents loves me back.
I love you, Uncle Steve.
Okay, well, thanks. That means a lot.
Thanks, Dad. Oh, there's Mom.
Oh no.
All right.
A twofer?
I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you in a little bit, Dad.
See you, Uncle Steve. Love you.
Hey,
Yes.
Aunt Jane Ann, you're live on the
You're
local
live on the
legend
air.
show.
Oh. Hi. Better not be. I'm at work.
oh, I just wanted to call and tell you that I love you, Mom.
Oh, I love you too.
Thank you. That's all. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right.
Love you, Aunt Jane Ann.
Bye.
That was easy.
Yes.
See, guys,
Gotti.
it
2 for
doesn't
2.
take very long
2 for 2 back
to inject
to back.
love into our world. And we have so much going on in all of our lives where we can just be too fast, too furious, and then it takes something tragic for us to wrap our arms around our loved ones. So before that happens, we wanted to take that 5 minutes to encourage you guys. Go tell your mom,
Basic,
dad, and your wife you
Look
love
at
them.
that.
James,
What?
I mean, we all three
I mean,
got the job.
I tried, dude.
Man,
You might text her.
James, you think you could call your dog?
I like his drops, though. He
Wish
is
I could
good
call
at that.
Lizard.
Your dog?
If I could call
maybe?
Lizard, I wonder what she would say.
Dude, that's so good this
I want a
morning.
cricket.
I don't know.
Here we go. So Jeff Ward says, I'm the boss, cuz. And John Willis says, LOL, he's laughing because he loved old Jugline's commentary on the phone. Jeff Ward said, call your dad, call GC Hog, have Corey call the Hog, Have Corey call his dad, please? Question
it
mark.
ain't happening.
Okay, all right. It ain't happening.
It ain't.
There's something there we may not want to talk about. So we'll move right along. John Fish Hunt is watching this morning.
Hey.
John, thanks for tuning in. You want to give him a what's up?
What's I'm sorry. Who was it?
John Fish Hunt.
John Fish Hunt. What's up?
Is that one of your boys?
Yeah.
So we went this weekend, and James, Stephen, and I went to Louis Mueller's about 2 weeks ago, and we were just opened. It opened our eyes to the beef rib. Okay,
Oh
if you
my
don't
God.
know,
Where?
most of the ribs.
Louis Mueller's never been to
Taylor,
Louis Mueller?
Texas.
I mean, I hadn't been till like last week. So
But we can say
like
we
he's
can
only
say
going
that.
there his whole life.
What's wrong with you?
You've never been? Come on, man.
You've never been in the past week?
I was like you a week
just
ago.
Like me?
So most of these
Get on our level.
most of these ribs that you're eating, you're getting ribs at McDonald's. You know, the McRib sandwich.
Well, here's the funny thing. So
Yeah.
Smoke weed every day.
yeah, smoke meat
If
every
you're
day.
talking about food, you got to drop
Smoke
that weed
meat.
comment.
smoke meat every day.
There it is.
Anyway, so we were on our way back from Austin, and Jonathan was like, "Hey, I'm gonna call Louis Mueller to see if they have any ribs left."
Hey,
And so he called, and he was like, "Hey, do you guys have any ribs left?" And they go, "Yeah, we have one." He was like, "All right, great." And I'm thinking, we're gonna go out of our way for one rib.
For
a
a
rib in your
rib.
mind is like
baby back rib.
3 inches long,
Barbecue
like very
sauce.
little meat on it. And I'm
What
like,
do you think of when you think ribs to eat? Like, what size are you thinking of?
Roscoe's.
Roscoe's, yeah.
That
Little
long.
6-incher.
you're not gonna go out of your way for one of those. That would be a fool's errand.
Right.
I mean, it would be a fool's errand. Yes.
It would be.
Hashtag
So-
fool's errand.
Hashtag. So I'd never heard of a beef rib. I guess I knew that cows had ribs because of anatomy and science and stuff.
I
So
really
what
didn't
we
know.
eat
Yeah.
is that pork?
It's
I don't
all
know.
fake news.
It's pork
phony
ribs.
stuff.
So
It didn't happen.
Anyway, so we drive out of our way to go to this place, and they pull this beef rib out, and it looks like a dinosaur bone, like a dinosaur's shin. It's so big. It's like
They
probably
pulled-
12-inch long bone.
They pulled the piece of meat that tipped over the Flintstones car in the opening credits of the Flintstones.
That's
is
the
what it
piece.
was.
Yeah, so
It
they
was-
pull that out. It's 2 pounds of rib meat
Yeah,
on
look at
one
Corey's
rib.
face.
Yeah,
For those of
that's
you on
my
That's a
Spotify
keto.
right now.
That's a keto drink.
Oh man.
Dog,
Yeah.
it's so good. So we had this, and it was like we called it like.
Hold on. We
hold
got
on.
breaking news, guys.
Hold on, my
The
mom's
phone is
calling.
ringing.
Stop.
Let's see who's calling.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, you're live on the radio show right now,
Okay.
and we were just we're all calling our moms to ask them to tell us a joke.
It's not true.
Oh, a joke.
Yeah, do you have a joke?
Okay, well, the worst joke teller ever.
Okay, that you don't have to tell us a joke.
Actually, the
joke,
joke's on you.
Yeah, the joke was just on. I was just calling to tell you that I loved you.
Oh,
That's
I
it.
love you too.
You having
That's sweet.
You having a good day?
Having a great day.
Love
Having a
that.
great day. Had a great weekend. Randy had fun on his trip.
Yes. The kids are
Greatness.
healthy. The kids are safe, and we love you.
Yeah, we love you a lot. Did you think of a joke yet?
Well, no.
No. Okay. If you think of a
one
joke,
later.
call me back. You got how much time we got left?
About
20 minutes.
22-ish minutes.
Okay.
I'll do it if I think of one.
All right. Love you, Mama.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Are the odds better she calls back or I go fishing tomorrow?
You're going fishing
you're
for
going
sure.
fishing
Way
tomorrow.
better off. So
I
anyway, we had
am.
this beef rib, and
yeah,
it was
fishing.
amazing. It's like, imagine if meat was the texture
good.
of butter.
This guy's good.
Imagine
Meat?
that.
Okay,
Well,
meat's
thank
the
you for
texture
that.
of melted butter, right?
That's what it is. It's that soft.
Oh,
So this
wow.
weekend, I'm thinking I'm gonna smoke a beef rib because I could do that. I got a
Wait,
smoker.
wait. Before we go that far, tell them
Okay.
how good the beef rib was.
It was life changing.
How much was the beef rib?
God, like 70
They're
bucks.
like, yeah, they're about $25 a pound. If you go buy it at Heim or Louis Mueller or wherever, you know.
The one we got, and the reason it was still available, Corey, just to speed everybody up on beef ribs at Louis Mueller and most of the Fort Worth, Texas, or Texas Monthly Magazine barbecue hotspots, they're going to have 8 beef ribs a day, 10 beef ribs, 20 beef ribs, depending on how popular they are.
Yeah.
When those beef ribs are gone,
They're gone.
they're gone for the day. So I've been to Louis Mueller. They have 2 hours before they close, and
No
there's no
ribs.
beef ribs.
Right.
The reason they had one this day was, well, God's favor.
That's it.
But the second reason was it was a 2.2 pounder.
Nobody
This was a
wanted to spend the money on
$77
it.
beef rib.
you
Yeah.
can't eat 2.5 pounds of rib if it's just you.
So you touch the meat, I mean, with your finger, and it just falls off. So
You look at it wrong and it falls
You
off.
ever
Is
let
it
the
fatty?
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
fatty.
It's got some
But have you ever
marbling.
left
But-
a bunch of gum in your truck for like a whole summer, and then you find it, and then you chew it, and it just evaporates in your mouth? You
Yeah.
ever done that?
That's a beef rib.
That's a beef rib.
Found one yesterday.
There you go. Chew it to get that
I
beef
think it
rib
was my
texture.
kids too. I mean, it didn't taste
Oh
like I
my
had chewed it
gosh.
the first time.
I don't mean like under the steering wheel. I mean like
Oh, you mean new?
like a
Yeah.
new steering
Oh,
wheel.
my bad.
Not used gum.
That's how
I thought
tender
you
this
meant
is.
used gum.
So James texted me yesterday, and he's like getting me some beef rib on Labor Day, and he has 2 big beef ribs on his smoker yesterday.
Yep.
And Louis Mueller told us that all they put on the beef rib, check this out, salt and pepper, 9 salt to 1 pepper, or 9 pepper to 1 salt.
It's got to be
salt.
9 pepper
9
to
to
1
1.
salt.
Yeah, 9 pepper to
is.
1 salt.
Oh, it is.
So James threw this down yesterday, and we're waiting right now to find out how that went.
So smoked it all day, 6 hours. Went to Central Market, got a couple racks.
Great
and
rack.
cooked them all day.
Drop some
225.
racks on
Dropped
some
some racks on those racks. Had the stacks going on my stacks.
Man.
Wow. You had stacks of racks on your racks of
Stacks
stacks?
upon stacks of racks.
Yep.
Golly, that
That's
sounds
whack.
awesome.
Filled up my grocery sack.
And so how did it taste?
The taste was great. Texture, not so good.
Okay, so what
I think
happened?
temp has something to do with that, probably.
That's the
Monty
piece.
Coon,
nailed
are
it.
you watching?
Monty Coon, if you're watching right now,
So
we think
comment
temperature came
below.
in the room.
I got
Yeah.
a couple. I got Monty Coon, and then I got a guy, Brian McCarty, owns 407 Barbecue, and they are masters. But your temp was the reason.
I think I was at 225 all day.
Might have backed it.
I
down.
watched a Aaron Franklin video.
Okay.
And he said to be 285 for 6
Higher,
hours.
really?
Higher, yeah. Because I
Okay.
never apparently,
Breaks
it never
the
got
fat
hot
down.
enough to break the fat down in the collagen because the internal temp only got to be like 155, maybe 160 the hottest. So
Did you eat it, or was it too bad to eat?
Oh, we ate it. It was just, it was
Hey.
like not the worst thing I'd ever had.
racks upon stacks. He ate it.
Oh, there you go.
$50 on a beef ribs.
You're
you know,
eating
you're
it,
gonna eat
bro.
that.
Mess a tomahawk steak up.
You wanna
You're
ma-
still gonna
You're
eat
still
it.
gonna eat it. Yeah, no doubt.
You want to mess with me on this comment? I found the worst food of the weekend on a dove hunt with my pastor Tommy and my father-in-law and my good friend Chris Hill yesterday.
You
in
ate
Fairfield.
what you
it?
shot.
You found the worst
I know what the worst food in the world is.
Tell us, please.
So I'm going to drop this on
Ethiopian
you.
food.
And
I
no,
like Ethiopian food.
This
I've
this
never
is
had it.
worse.
It's not bad. A lot
This
of
is
coffee.
worse. You want to get a
Worse?
guess in?
Black coffee. Is that
I'll
what
give you a
said?
guess. I'll
Calf
give you a
fries.
hint.
Oh, give me a hint. Let me guess.
All right. It was something that the Dove Outfitters brought by. They brought a box of snacks. I'll tell you some other things that were in the box.
Okay.
What's in the
Cheez-Its,
box?
Casey Masterpiece barbecue chips,
Okay.
Okay.
stuff like that. One of the sealed items in this bin was the worst food ever.
Potted meat.
Okay, guess?
Uh,
The snacky stuff.
Oh.
Pickled pig's feet.
Okay, pickled pig's feet,
Moon pie.
moon pie. That's very close. Corey gets the closest. The worst food in the world is Austin brand replica Oreos.
Ooh.
Replica Oreos.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Replica
not
Oreos?
good.
I
They
only
call
like
them
a-
replica Oreos?
Nothing replica.
Yeah,
is good.
Austin, it's a cracker company,
well.
but they make they
Oh,
try to
yes.
make they try to make Oreos. It's like a cracker company, and there's
Oh,
6
and
in
they're
there.
the cheap crackers too.
Oh,
They're the
they're-
ones you can get like the box of
Yeah.
them for
$1.
$2.
Yeah, $1.
Okay.
Yes, those are terrible.
Dude, so
Oreos
Pastor
are
looks
not
at me and he goes,
He ate
goes,
them, though.
he ate one. We didn't know how bad this food was. And he smiles, and he had all this Oreo in his teeth. He goes, I literally just ate the worst food I've ever had. And he said they tasted like lead shotgun shells. So hopefully we protected
Luckily,
anybody
I don't
from...
know what that
Spend the
tastes
money.
like. I don't really ever want to know what lead shotgun.
I don't
shells taste
either.
like.
The moral of
That's
this
a bad
story
deal.
is
That's it.
spend the money
Spend
and
the
get
money
you
on
double
Oreo.
stuff Oreo brand Oreos.
Mega even now, bro. They got mega stuff, and you get like
So-
5
Those look
cookies
like-
in a
Hold up,
package.
hold up, hold up, hold up.
Have y'all seen those? It looks like
No.
a joke. It looks like
Dude,
Oreo
there's
prank.
literally like there's like 5 cookies in each sleeve.
So there's no more taking the tops off of 2 double stuff to make
Wait a
one quadruple
second.
stuff.
You
No,
buy 'em.
Oh
dude.
my god,
It's
I'm
so
going to fact
nasty.
check
They've
this.
done the work for you.
that's
I've never heard of this.
okay.
Mega-
Look at
mega
me.
stuff.
Bro, look at me. You think I don't know what a mega stuff Oreo is?
Hold on.
Get out of here.
Come on.
Hold
man.
up.
Come on.
Oh,
Told
my
you.
gosh.
Hold
he's
on.
right.
It's like a Big Mac if you took that centerpiece of bread out. That's how
Dude,
much.
there's mega stuffed Oreos now?
Yeah.
So-
how much is each one? 150 calories, you think?
I don't
each mega stuff or each.
Because
gotta be
A
more.
regular
maybe
one
more.
is 75.
All right. Here we go.
I'm gonna
This
look
is
that up while you look
incredible.
that up.
That's big.
Does anybody see how big this is? That is big.
And I honestly, I've seen them out of the package, obviously, and they're even bigger. Usually, like when Whataburger puts the
Okay, what do y'all
the
think?
burger up, it's like
What do y'all think? One of those
Look at
Oreos.
that.
the
is?
mega.
The mega.
I'd say same as a
One
Snickers
cookie.
bar, so probably one.
Let's go to the comments for just seconds before you reveal this.
okay.
Heather Schoonover Carlisle thought sardines were the worst food in the world.
Yeah.
Austin replica Oreos are worse than sardines.
sardine.
Have you
Yeah.
ever had a surströmming?
Huh?
That it's Swedish fermented
Oh, it didn't
fish.
sound good.
Oh
at
no,
all.
no
Surströmming.
thanks, no thanks, no thanks.
They say it's the smelliest food in the world.
He takes the cake.
Smellier than boy eggs?
Way smellier.
Heather Schoonover Carlisle
Look
says,
that
"Would
up.
you, could you, in a bout with a goat,
In a boat with a
a
goat?
boat?" Yeah, that was a good rhyme.
Wait, is she Canadian?
We need to tell you,
Idiot.
we do have your Rangers tickets here, Heather Schoonover Carlisle. You
Come
won
get
the
'em.
September 11th Rangers tickets.
If you don't go, I'm going.
So come on up today, 100 South Texas
Do
Street
they
to our
have that
campus.
AC yet?
They do. They got that AC.
It
cracking.
is installed in the old stadium
Yeah.
already. Okay.
It's bad.
Just floating
Already.
above the...
No, sir. So for reference here, if you'll look at the screen, if you're consuming this on Facebook Live, a diet Oreo.
A diet Oreo?
There is no such thing as a diet Oreo.
They're called Oreo Thins. No, wait a second.
That's the normal
That
Oreo.
says
You've just been
normal
eating so
Oreo.
many double stuffs that
diet
they're calling the
Oreo.
double stuff the regular.
They're
now.
doing what clothes stores do, where they make the
Oh,
small
extra large. Yeah, extra
Yeah.
large is the normal now.
Yeah.
No, it's
No,
not.
They make
Because
mediums
they
the
ate
new
too many
small.
megas.
And look at that mega stuff, bro. That's hitting on
It's
a whole
all
nother
fake
level.
news.
That's
It's
awesome.
phony stuff. It didn't
Look,
happen.
That's incredible.
All right, what do y'all think?
What's next?
What do y'all think? Calories and
Quantos calories?
This is worth coming back to.
Okay,
I
calories
say-
calories
In one
and
cookie.
and one mega stuff.
stuff. What do you think?
I was going to say like a Snickers, 120.
You say 120? Steve, what?
See,
I
I've seen
showed
it.
you.
I've seen it.
What do you think, JC?
I think in one double stuff Oreo,
No, mega stuff.
one mega stuff,
Not the regular one.
we're probably in the 80 calories range.
Okay.
If I had to guess.
Google.com, the website, states that
website I've been in.
180 calories per serving.
So
You're
what's
kidding.
the 3
Yeah,
cookies
what's
in
a
a
serving?
serving?
That's coming off of Walmart's website.
I bet there's maybe 3 cookies in a serving.
There's got to be more than one cookie.
No,
in
I think it's
there.
one. I think it's one cookie.
Are you sure that's not like by the sleeve?
That's
not
how
a
you and I
serving.
think.
Seriously,
That's
when
what I
think Oreos.
think.
I think sleeve.
Oh, here we go.
I
Okay.
come up with
Oh,
my
okay,
own
here we go,
serving.
Here we go. Here we go.
When I see per serving, I'm like, a sleeve is a serving for me. So
Absolutely.
sleeve and a glass of milk.
Which is what it is.
Okay, turns out there's 2 cookies in a serving.
Okay, so 90.
So 90 per cookie.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
I know y'all might
You have to
not
run
have
a
beer at
mile.
Roscoe's, but their mugs are so cold that the beer
It
just
makes
freezes.
ice.
It makes
Yeah,
ice.
yeah.
So I'm in there one day and my buddy goes, "Hey, you like cookies and milk?" I was like, "Come on,
Come on, dog.
come on, bro." And he
Wow.
goes,
Something I can-
take one of these mugs and freeze it, and
No.
then pour your milk in there."
No.
It's a
Frozen
game
milk.
changer.
Are you serious?
Roscoe's
right now?
Milk
gave me
becomes
one.
Ice cream.
You can request
Oh.
milk in a frozen mug at Roscoe's?
No.
you-
I asked
Stole the
the
mug.
Roscoe's, "Can I have a mug?" Yes. So I took it home, and it's now my cookies and milk mug.
That's
Dude.
awesome.
Because it's
You
so
heard it
thick,
here
it's
first,
The glass
folks.
is super thick. So if you leave it in there for a week,
Guys, we have to start the show over. Aaron Allen just got here.
Oh,
He
fantastic.
just said, please start the show over.
good,
Okay.
good.
All right,
So
we
we're
have a
starting over.
watcher
All right.
named Aaron Allen. We want to give him a shout out.
Diabetes. Have y'all heard
Diabetes.
that video of who's the old guy? Walter
Wilford Brimley?
Wilford Brimley. So y'all, yeah,
Yeah.
got diabetes.
D. Garrett Roper says two cookies equal 180 calories. Period. It's not on keto! Exclamation point.
It is not on.
It
Definitely
is
not.
on Saturday.
Now look at this.
Yeah, that's true.
Here is your right there in the center.
Choco cream.
Right there in the center.
Choco creams.
Choco
That's it. That's it.
cream.
Hey, you know what? I bet those vanilla creams aren't bad.
Oh, dude, I'm
I bet
telling
they're
you,
not. I bet they're
that
pretty
choco
good.
cream's sitting there trying to hide in between that peanut butter and
He's
that
not
vanilla
hiding from
cream.
nobody.
I'll say this: if you put that choco cream
can
in
rub
a
it, you can't
chilled
hide.
mug milk,
In a schooner of
it's
ice
still
cold.
good.
I don't think so.
It'll make the choco cream cookie good.
All right, I want you by next week's show, by next
I'll do
Tuesday.
a choco-
I want you to go buy some Austin choco
review.
creams,
Good luck finding those.
Food review.
It's like
Actually,
a Popeye's
you know
chicken
what?
sandwich.
bro. they're
No,
everywhere.
I bet you can go get those at like any bait shop.
I bet you can go to 7-Eleven.
Lakeside gas station.
Any Family Dollar or Dollar General has choco creams in there.
I'll do it.
And I'm not hating on them because of the price. I'm hating on them because
of the
those suckers
taste.
are terrible.
So did you eat one or
Nasty.
did you just go on Bandits?
I have eaten one before. and it was kind of prankish of me to let Pastor indulge.
That's wrong.
That was really bad. So I need to ask open forgiveness from my pastor.
It's like when he's fishing with me and I don't put the right bait on his hook.
Yeah, that's wrong. All right, Tommy Brandon
It's like
of
raw
Calvary
fishing with
Church in
ducks.
Fort Worth. If you're watching this morning, I apologize for allowing you in my presence to indulge in an Austin brand Choco Cream. However, Corey's going to go try them in a frozen milk mug and see if he can't
This
redeem
week,
those suckers.
I'd say that's going to go down live Friday.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh,
Well, Corey,
my.
just for those listening, before we sign off the air, what do you do? Who are you? And what can you promote? I met you through the insurance world, and you have saved me so entirely much money over the last 4 years of our friendship. What do you do, Corey?
Appreciate the plug, man.
But you need a real woman.
I own Metroplex Insurance Group in Burleson, and we have an office in Dallas, family-owned and operated, started in 2013. My wife runs one branch. My mom runs the other branch.
You fish.
I fish in the
Eat
market.
Chacos.
I'm going to be eating Chacos.
Choco creams.
If somebody wants to get an insurance quote from you today, say, do you do auto? Or
We do
just-
auto, home, small business, life.
Really? Okay.
Yes, sir.
How do they get a quote from you today if somebody's interested in saying, hey, maybe he can save me money? Which, by the way, he didn't put me up to this, and this isn't what the show's about. But the moment I met Corey, I let him preview some of my policies. The following week, he had already saved me on 4 out of the 5 policies I gave him. So, and I'm talking hundreds, if not thousands of dollars that year I saved just by our friendship.
Good job. Hey, thanks for the plug. Appreciate that. So we got great rates, but everybody can get rate, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody can get rate.
Right.
We got service.
Yeah.
You're never going to talk to a 1-800 number if you got to file a claim, you got to make a payment, you got to cancel a policy, you got to change a car. Anything you got to do, you're going to get my wife or my mom, and they're going to take care of it. Or Eric. You're not never going to have to leave a voicemail. We answer the phone. 817-984.
I'm going to drop it in the comments below.
3094. That's 817-984-3094. If texting is the means of communication that you prefer,
Right.
shoot us a text at 817-757-0940.
Corey, will you go put your contact information in the comments below after this?
Absolutely.
Does that spell anything? Like
No.
817 insurance policy quote.
I wish I was that crafty.
Dude, it spells 817 Choco Creams because I have a feeling this dude's going to go
Choco
eat them today in that
Creams.
frozen mug, and he's going to be like, dude, they're game changer. If that
I'm going
happens,
to
I
get
wanna know
y'all
that.
a gift basket full of
Oh,
chocolate
Choco
creams.
Creams.
You know where we are.
Frozen mugs.
Hey, right here at 100 South Texas Street. You know where we are.
Absolutely.
Hey, I appreciate everybody that tuned in this morning. And if you commented below, Kevin Cooksey, thank you so much. And
Cooksey.
another good friend of ours from the Burleson area. Remington Nathaniel Schultz, thank you for tuning in this morning. Remy, you're my boy. And I tell you what, if you've got someone that would make a great guest on our podcast, we have some upcoming guests that are going to blow your mind. Shane from O Sleeper is back. They had a great tour. He's coming on the show. Mike Zemer with Third Strings Production is booked on our future episode. We have Troy Brewer with Open Door Church coming back to tell us about his new television show. We have also Jenna Kennard. And
Future winner
Chef.
of Top Chef Fort Worth.
future winner of Top Chef Fort Worth.
Maybe she
She'll be
can
on.
help you with those beef ribs.
She probably can.
And
She's
Choco
a
Creams.
Genius.
Absolutely. And
gourmet Choco cream.
shout out to Tommy Brandon. We gave him multiple
bandit.
dates, and he's going to be a future guest on the Local Legend Show.
Can I come on that one?
Absolutely.
Oh,
You got to ask Pastor's
the
permission
good
because that's his
offset
show.
the bad, the good offset.
Oh, man.
It's like a triple beam.
Light in the dark.
Well, on that note, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be right back here as we always are
Oh, hey,
every
hold on.
Tuesday.
My mom's calling me.
She might have a
Mom,
joke.
Mom has a joke.
Hey, Mom.
I have a joke.
All right.
All right.
We were about to sign off. So,
Winner.
all right. Here we go.
So there was this guy. They worked out at the gym all the time. He was really strong. Nobody was stronger than him, and he was real proud of how he could lift more weights and do more than anyone. And he could take a lemon, and he took a lemon, and he squeezed all the juice out of it. And his challenge was, if anyone could get any more juice out of this lemon, he'd give him $1,000.
Oh, my gosh.
So,
I'm with you.
So time after time, people tried to do it. These really strong men would try to come in. They couldn't squeeze any. Then this other guy, this average-looking, like skinny guy, comes in and he picks it up and squeezes 6 drops out of this lemon.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
they were all amazed. What do you do? What makes you so strong? He said. They said, well, what is your job anyway? He says, well, I work for the IRS.
Squeeze every drop out of you, baby.
Yeah.
be on
love
record
you.
that I love the IRS, and I don't think they take too much of my money. I'm not involved in this laughing.
Joke before the sermon started a couple weeks ago.
Wow, incredible. Thank you for calling back. Now, guys, you see, go tell your mothers that you love them today. Look what it does. You might squeeze out an extra joke out of your mom today.
Y'all have a good day.
All right. Thanks,
All right.
Mom. Love you.
Awesome.
All right, we're going to start the show over.
All right, Aaron, this is for you. We're starting over.
As we always are, every Tuesday, 9:30 to 10:30, right here at 100 South Texas Street in Crowley, Texas. The Local Legend Show, and for all your real estate needs, the Jonathan Cook team would love to service you at a high level. 817-999-6777. You can find us there 24/7. Love you guys. Corey, thanks for coming in, bro.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for having me.
Killed it.
Thanks, James.
Peace.
Stephen, James, we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.